Hey guys, today we have two watch cases right here, and you know what this means? It means that we are going to be looking at my watch collection for the first time in over 2 years. Alright, so the last time I actually didn't have this case, and I don't even know if I had this case or not. And also, I got a third watch display area that I'm actually going to show you guys after. But let's get through these first. First watch I have for you guys is this purple watch. It's supposed to be digital. Battery died a really long time ago, but there's supposed to be a watch right here, a digital screen that displays the time. The second watch I have for you guys is this cool jewelry watch. Nothing too special about it other than all the jewelry on it and the fact that my camera refuses to focus. Also got this watch, which doesn't have a back. Other than that, there's nothing really too special about it. Here's a half-assembled Seiko watch. I was actually given the bands to all these Seiko watches, except unfortunately, this one will not. I accidentally broke the piece that goes here while putting it on. So yeah, we're just left with this. But it can't be as bad as this one, because as you could see, I wasn't able to get the band on at all. I broke both of those pieces in the process. I believe that this watch right here is actually waterproof, but I've never worn it in the water. It hasn't worked. But I'm pretty sure that when it does work, you can wear it underwater. I think it's also a stopwatch. It's for swimmers who race. Right here we have a Swiss Army watch. The bands are completely broken. Here we have my old Fitbit, or I don't know if this really counts as a Fitbit, but I actually lost this at one point and then I found it again, but I do know how to charge this up, but I haven't bothered because I got a different one now. Although I actually won't be showing that one in this video because apparently I lost it too. Here's a Lego watch with the Lego Man. I actually think I got this in Legoland in Florida. Here's a very cracked up watch. I believe this was found in like the floor of a shed or something. Here's another Lego watch. I actually don't know where this came from. I don't think this is the one that came from Legoland because it seems very incomplete. And also, I believe I just found this in like my huge bag of Legos. Here's this watch. I don't really think there's too much special, but it's got a pretty cool look to it. Here's this tiger print watch. I actually think that there's supposed to be digital hands that show up, which is pretty unusual. We have this watch, which has been very broken down over the years. I don't remember when I got this at all. We also have this Geneva watch, which is also a pretty nice jewelry watch. I also have this watch, which I actually have a woman's version of too, but that's in the case, I think, in the other case. But yeah, so this one lost the band, the other one didn't. I've also got this Kendall and Kylie watch, which is very interesting. It's a jewelry watch. I've also found a remaining piece of this other Fitbit I had. It's actually the one that replaced the last one I was talking about. Well, I did use it for about a year. I actually lost the charger, and then when I found the charger again, I lost this. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the bands have broken. and I have no idea where they are. That was everything in this case. Now, I will go through everything that is in this case. Here's this really neat automatic watch that I got for Christmas one year. It's automatic, so it's like mechanical. Also has got a little date on it. Some of my other watches that I had before also had these dates on it, and I just didn't point them out. This watch right here is also automatic. This one I usually wear whenever I go to events where I know that the room doesn't really have a clock or doesn't have like a clock that's like visible from the view I'm gonna probably be sitting in, or just in case, usually I just wear this. This is a very basic watch. It's got Roman numerals. Here are these three watches. This one is a Timex. I believe that this one actually lost the handle, or not the handle, the knob. It lost the knob. And then this one in the middle is a Kelton Jewelers watch. It's a pretty interesting watch. It actually doesn't have glass on it, so gotta be really careful with it. And then this one down here. This one down here actually works. You just gotta wind it. So yeah, they're all mechanical watches. Here we have, believe it or not, another Seiko. This one, I was actually able to get the full band on, and it's actually a really nice looking watch. Here's a Bass Pro Shops watch. It's actually got Velcro on it, which is pretty neat. This is a Mickey Mouse watch. There's not really too much of a story behind this other than like I actually used to steal it a lot, but it's officially mine now. And believe it or not, I actually have a travel alarm clock that is basically like almost the same as this. Here we have a watch that's got shining gold dial, and then actually looks kind of cool. This is a SpongeBob watch. As you could see, the time is supposed to be displayed right there. And this watch is one of these. It's put on like that rather than the traditional bands. Here's a Freddy Fazbear's watch. It's digital. Let's see. I don't think the lights still work. Here's another watch from Five Nights at Freddy's, and unlike the last one, this one has working lights. I think I've had this watch for about 8 years or something, and even though the watch itself died, the batteries work. The light works, which is really impressive. Here's another watch made by Paget, or I can't really read that name. This one is also pretty cool looking. Here's a Totoro watch from Japan. Here's this Infinity watch. Nothing too special about it, but I mean, it's got a gold dial, but nothing too much else. Here's the woman's version of the watch that I showed you earlier. Here's this watch from Star Wars, and I think this one also had a light, but it seems to have broken. It's the Droida's BB-8. These three watches are all basically the same. The middle one is Timex. The other two might also be Timex. Another watch that's got some pretty cool features. The date is actually on the 6 rather than the 3, or rather than next to the 3 like last time. We've also got this Despicable Me watch. I used to wear this to school all the time back when it worked. It's been a long time since then. I'd also like to show you my Casio. As you can see, it is 8:18 p.m. on a Sunday. Yeah, this is waterproof. And I think this is the longest lasting watch I've had. I got it for Christmas a few years ago, and it's still running. It's the longest lasting battery operated watch. Now, another set of watches that I actually have are within this storage clock, and I'm about to show you. The first of these watches is a Seiko watch, just like many others. And this one actually has the band, and actually came with the band, unlike pretty much all the other Seiko watches I have. This is a, hold on a sec, if it focuses. This is a Nelson diamond watch. There is a diamond, or at least a diamond pattern, at the 12, and nothing else too special about it. This one right here is a Milan watch. Also has a diamond right at the 12. And last but not least, before I move on to other watches, we have this, I think that's a Hamilton watch. It's very thin. Alright, now here is a side watch that I never actually kind of put with the collection. This was always just sitting on what's supposed to be its charger. Except, unfortunately, I need a plug that is very outdated. This is a very old watch, but it is supposed to be used as a Fitbit and all that. I would also like to show off my pocket watch key holder. Or actually, no, pocket watch holder is better. So I'm going to show off all the watches I got. Here's a watch I got from Philadelphia. That's all there is inside, but the outside, at least, it's Philadelphia. This is a pretty interesting one. You actually clip that part to your pocket. And yeah, that's all you do with it, but I still count it as a pocket watch. We have this watch from Christmas. I forgot what year, but it says Merry Christmas, and it actually is a music box that I'm probably not going to play for you guys right now. And then we have this watch, very basic, but very cool. And down here are the watches that have chains. We have this watch, which is from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's the same as the Philadelphia one. All vintage collection watches are like that on the inside, so it's really on the outside. Here's a watch that I bought in Slovakia. As you can see, we got the castle. I think that's the castle in Bratislava, which is the capital. And yeah, so here's a pretty cool watch. Here's a watch that my parents got me. It's a golden watch, so it's a lot different than the others. Here's this, which I believe is actually a mechanical pocket watch. And yeah, I have wound it a few times before, but I haven't really used it too much. But it's still actually a very cool watch. And finally, we have this, which is another vintage collection watch, but on the outside are these two forts. But yeah, so that is all my pocket watches.